Imagine you combine the CC of Tigreal, the tankiness of Hylos, and the versatility that he puts every other hero to shame. There is no need to imagine it because we have Sora. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video let's see how to master the latest hero that just dropped in the original server. And before we get into the video, we wish you a Merry Christmas from the entire team Kazuki Official. May your day be great, filled with love and full of MVPs. No matter where you are from, who you are and what you do. Before we talk about skill, combos or builds, you need to understand one thing first. Sora is not a normal hero. He is not a pure fighter, he is not a pure assassin, and he is definitely not just a tank. Sora is form-shifting EXP laner whose entire power comes from how well you understand his passive and when you choose to switch forms. Everything starts with his passive Mystic Surge. Sora uses something called Shifting Cloud Power, which allows him to switch between three forms: Base form, Thunder form, and Torrent form. But the real magic is how his states convert depending on the form you are in. In Thunder form, any extra HP you build gets converted into attack power. That means when you build health items, you are not just becoming tankier, you are literally increasing your damage. In Torrent form, it works the opposite way. Extra physical attack gets converted into HP, making Sora naturally tanky even with hybrid or damage-oriented items. This is why HP is so important on Sora. Health is not a defensive state for him, it's a damage state too. On top of that, Sora builds Cloud stakes by dealing damage to enemies. You can stake this up to 5 times and these stakes are required to unlock his transformed ultimate. If you miss skills, disengage too often or play too passively, you delay your strongest power spike. Now if you want to see full funny gameplay of Sora, make sure to check out this video on our second channel. We took a short pause, but after a full year, we have finally made a comeback. And this time, we are not stopping. Lot of things are already cooking behind the scenes, so make sure to check out our second channel as well. Now let's talk about his forms, starting with his best form, also known as Cumulus, is your neutral state. This is what you use in lane, during early trades, and while waiting for the right moment to commit. His first skill in base form is Sundering Strike. It's a 3-part punch combo, and the important detail here is the small hop on the final hit. That hop lets you reposition slightly, either to stay in range, dodge damage, or line yourself up for the next skill. His second skill is Wind Stride. Sora leaps forward and deals damage on landing. If this skill hits an enemy hero, the cooldown gets reduced, which is extremely important for staking Cloud Step quickly. Then we have his ultimate, Shifting Skies. This is where Sora truly becomes Sora. Swiping left on the ultimate transforms him into Thunder form. Swiping right transforms him into Torrent form. Base form is not where you finish fights, it's where you prepare them. Once you understand that, Thunder form becomes much more terrifying. Thunder Cloud form is Sora's high damage, high mobility assassin mode. His first skill in the form, Thunder Flash, is a multi-hit flurry followed by a heavy punch. The key thing here is that Sora can move freely while attacking. You are not locked in place, you can chase, sidestep and stick to targets while dealing damage. Because of this passive, the more HP you have, the harder the skill hits. That's why Thunder Sora can delete squishy heroes while still surviving longer than expected. His second skill, Thunder Rush, is a leap that creates a thunderstorm and slows enemies. If it hits a hero, you can immediately cast it again. This gives Sora insane chase potential and also a reliable escape option if things goes wrong. His Thunder ultimate, Heaven's Breath, lets Sora strike the target area multiple times while moving freely over terrain. Walls don't protect enemies and zoning him becomes extremely difficult. But the most important part of Thunder form isn't even the damage. When Sora transforms into Thunder form, he becomes briefly untargetable. This can be used to dodge, turret shots, avoid burst damage or completely negate enemy ultimates if your timing is keen. Good Sora players don't just transform for damage, they transform to survive. Now let's talk about Torrent form. Torrent form turns Sora into a crowd control monster and frontline initiator. His first skill gains a stun on the final hit. This instantly changes how dangerous his basic combo becomes, especially in team fights. His second skill Skyfall is one of his strongest tools. Sora leaps, pushes enemies towards the landing zone and then knocks them airborne. This is displacement plus knock-up, which is incredibly valuable for setting up kills. His Torrent ultimate Stormbind pounds the area multiple times, dealing damage, slowing enemies and applying brief stuns with every hit. Just like Thunder form, Sora can move freely over terrain while casting it. And once again, the transformation itself is a huge part of the kit. When Sora transforms into Torrent form, nearby enemies get pulled in and stunned. And Sora gains crowd control immunity during the transformation. This makes it very hard for enemies to stop your engagement. The Thunder form is for killing carries, Torrent form is for starting fights and locking teams down. Now let's talk about advanced mechanics, because this is where Sora separates good players from great ones. The most important mechanics to master is cooldown reset. When Sora uses his ultimate to transform, the cooldown of his first and second skills instantly reset. This allows what's known as a double dash. You can use your second skill to dash in, instantly transform, and then dash again immediately. This gives Sora insane mobility and makes him incredibly hard to predict. Another advanced technique is using transformation defensively. Thunder form transformation gives briefed untargetability. Torrent form transformation gives crowd control immunity. These are not bonuses, these are core survival tools. If you waste them randomly, you lose a huge part of Sora's strength. In Torrent form, you can also chain crowd control by abusing skill resets and second phase of your ultimate. When done correctly, enemies can be locked down for an extended period with almost no chance to escape. Now let's talk about how to actually play him in a real match. Sora is best played in the EXP lane. Your early goal is simple. Reach level 4 as fast as possible. Before level 4, you poke with your first skill, clear waves safely, and build cloud step stakes without forcing bad fights. Once you unlock your ultimate, your pressure increases massively. You can take longer trades knowing you have resets, form swaps, and defensive tools. In the late game, your role depends entirely on what your team needs. If the enemy has squishy backliners with limited mobility, Thunder form becomes your primary tool to hunt and eliminate them. If your team needs an initiator or a frontliner, the Torrent form becomes your responsibility. Strong Sora players don't lock into one form, they adapt mid-game. Now let's talk about builds. Because of Mystic Surge, hybrid HP focused builds are ideal. Vortex gives you sustained combat value and probably is his core item as it gives both HP and physical attack stats. Brute Force Breastplate synergizes perfectly with your constant movement. Queen's Wing works extremely well with Sora's HP conversion and survivability. Items that give out raw HP like the Guardian Helmet make him extremely tanky. Just like how you prioritize Fury Hammer on certain heroes, you should prioritize the Ares belt as soon as you enter the game. All his skills scale off HP and you can branch off many items with this. For battle spells, Flicker gives repositioning and combo extending abilities. Vengeance is strong when committed as a frontline. Petrify is especially powerful for guaranteeing combos and extended crowd control chains. In terms of synergy, Sora pairs extremely well with heavy crowd control heroes like Tigreal or Minotaur, who can lock enemies down and let him fully unleash his kit. He struggles more against high mobility heroes like Fanny or Arlott, who can dodge his skill sequences and prevent him from staking cloud step efficiently. Against those heroes, patience and timing matter more than aggression. So here your final mindset, you need to master Sora. He is not about button mashing, he is about form choice, he is about understanding what the fight needs from you at the exact moment. Play him like a pure assassin and you will die too fast. Play him like a pure tank and you will waste his damage. But master his transformations, abuse his cooldown resets and cool down the right form at the right time. Now let's quickly talk about combos and real execution. A strong and reliable full combo looks like this. You start with skill 2 to close the gap, immediately follow up with skill 1 to stake damage, then activate your ultimate to transform. After the transformation, your cooldown resets, so you instantly go back in with another skill 2 and skill 1. And sneak basic attacks in if you don't have enough stakes. Then finish everything off by casting the ultimate again. This exact sequence works in both Torrent and Thunder form. If you are using Torrent form, this combo is incredible for setting up fights. You are displacing enemies, stunning them, knocking them airborne, and keeping them locked down long enough for your team to follow up. If you're using Thunder form, this combo becomes pure damage. As long as you land every hit cleanly and position correctly, and lets you shred squishy targets before they can react. And Sora becomes one of the most flexible and dangerous EXP laners in Mobile Legends. Now think about this for a second. Do you prefer deleting carries in Thunder form or locking entire teams down in Torrent form? Which form do you think fits your playstyle more? So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.